I saw over the weekend a TD who wanted the public to pay for a €1,000 lazy boy chair for him, suggesting that investing in trans healthcare is a waste of resources. I mean, if investing in healthcare isn't a good use of resources, I don't know what is. Perhaps we'll just get lazy boy chairs instead of healthcare. It should be clear to anyone paying attention that this government is certainly no guaranteed friend of trans people. You can see the dog whistling that is going on in terms of migrants, asylum seekers in particular, and any marginalised group may be dropped. The formerly progressive face of Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael may be abandoned, and it's why the activism from below, pushing for rights to mean something, pushing for decent healthcare is so important. To understand that an injury to one is an injury to all, and in fighting for trans healthcare, we're fighting for decent healthcare for everybody in this country. We're fighting for a national health service that provides quality healthcare for everybody, regardless of their particular needs within a public health service. The truth is that Ireland is failing badly. We are the worst country in the European Union for availability and accessibility of transgender healthcare. We have one gender clinic offering transgender healthcare to adults in Ireland, and that is the self-appointed National Gender Service based in St Columkille's Hospital in Loughlinstown. It has waitlists over 10 years long, and it sees less than 160 people a year. And the NGS and its model of care were not approved by the HSE or the Department of Health. The National Gender Service name was chosen by themselves. They're a clinic within the Ireland East Hospital Group, not a national clinic. It's no surprise that there was no trans involvement, no trans voices involved in the creation of the NGS. And those who are running the service do trans people a disservice, lobbying against any reform of this broken system that treats trans healthcare as something to be restricted and pathologised. And the truth is that in this clinic, transgender people must undergo a dehumanising, humiliating assessment process. They are asked inappropriate and invasive questions which have very little to do with gender identity or medical transition. In some instances, trans people have been denied important gender-affirming healthcare if they've been diagnosed with ADHD, autism, or for not answering inappropriate and sexualised questions in a way deemed correct by the clinic. Yesterday, Transgress put online the interview. I had heard about the existence of this interview, but hadn't heard it up until then. And it's shocking in terms of how invasive, how inappropriate the questions being asked. They're not something that should be happening in a proper national gender service. I quote some of the questions that were asked to someone seeking bottom surgery. Can I ask you a bit about your mental illness? When was the most serious episode of mental illness that you had? Were you drinking at the time? What type of drink do you like? On Tinder, what was your profile then? Were you experiencing a lot of erections? What else did you experience in terms of sex drive? Can you describe what it is about your penis balls you notice or don't like? Are you happy receiving as well as giving? Are you capable of receiving an orgasm? Would you use a strap-on or sex toys? This is not the type of approach that we should have. We should have an informed, consent-based transgender healthcare model led by GPs and nursing staff in primary care. We should look at the model of Catalonia, which has an informed consent model in primary care that has been successful in use since 2012. A 36-day waiting list, 71% of adults receive HRT on the first appointment, compared to the decade-long waiting list that trans people face in Ireland.